what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back in another exciting tutorial in Adobe After Effects. I actually just got back from LA where I was invited by Adobe to join as an Adobe Insider at Adobe Max, which was an incredible experience. I met so many creative and awesome artists and they all were so great. So it was a really enjoyable time. I had a great time in Los Angeles, but now I'm back in Belgium working on another tutorial for you guys. So let's jump into it. And actually, if you are interested, you could have seen all my days at Adobe Max on my Instagram account. So definitely give me a follow at Ignace Aleya. And I also made highlights where you can go and check them out. So if you want to kind of check back on what I experienced, it was so awesome. You can see that on my profile at the highlights for Adobe Max 2019. Alright, so the first thing that I've done is I shot myself on a green screen, so that gave me freedom on what background I'm gonna put there. I wanted something industrial, so that's what I went for. And then now we're gonna be talking about how to achieve that actual effect, which is really cool. To achieve this effect, what you need to do is actually to be able to track your face because it's moving and we want to track something in there, so we have to track it as good as possible. Of course, you know, you already have like the point tracking tool in Adobe After Effects, which is a great solution if you want to track something if the position is moving or the rotation of the camera is moving a little bit. You also have the option to go into Mocha where you can do planar tracking, which is also really exciting, where you can just have that plane when you move your camera. You can also put something on there. And then lastly, you have the 3D camera tracker inside of Adobe After Effects, where you can actually 3D camera track something and then put something on a wall or something, or actually 3D track your face. But that was basically it for Adobe After Effects. That were the options to track something. But now something really exciting just got released, and that's actually called Lockdown. Lockdown is a mesh tracker, which means that you can have tons of tracking points, which is going to track everything individually. So if you move your face, it should also track everything perfectly on your face. And what does help for that is to also add some points on your face, maybe some dots. I didn't end up doing that because I found my face has enough texture to actually track it. So I have my beard, I have my hair, my eyebrows and stuff like that. But of course, if you have a clean cut face, if you don't have a beard, what I would suggest you to do is first just take a little pen and put a few dots. Well, make sure that the dots are visible for the camera, but make dots on your face. That's going to come in very helpful for the tracker. Alright, so here we are in Adobe After Effects. I have my footage right here. You can see that, yeah, this is what I recorded against my green screen. I'm going to drag that into a new composition, and there we go. So right here you can see the window Lockdown, which I already have opened, and that's actually right here. This is an extra tab that comes within After Effects, and I can actually just drop it over here so we don't lose too much real estate of Adobe After Effects. That's not what we want. But Lockdown is essentially a third-party plugin, but it does such an incredible job that it really improves like the performance of After Effects for real, because this is like impossible in Adobe After Effects, and with a few clicks you get such amazing tracks. You should definitely go and check them out. They did not pay me to make this video, but it's such an amazing plugin that I was just amazed. But actually we do have in today's video sponsor, and that's MSI. I quickly want to mention MSI a little bit because they actually helped me on my trip to LA. What do you need as a filmmaker that goes on a travel? Of course, a camera, but also a powerful laptop to edit on. And that's exactly what MSI provided me. The P65 Creator laptop is an amazing laptop for video editors. It comes with an Intel Core i9 9880H, 8-core processor, which is crazy, 32 gigabytes of RAM, super helpful, and also not to forget is the video card, which is an RTX 2070, all inside of this laptop, which is just insane, and it really helped me a lot on my travel. Editing goes so smoothly on this laptop that I just enjoy my time on my vacation. I don't have to wait, which makes it so much more enjoyable when I go on a vacation. I don't have to lose precious time rendering on this laptop too much. Everything goes how I want it to go, and I can finally make a 4K edit without a problem. So definitely check them out. I will put a link in the description below, and without further ado, let's continue with this tutorial. Alright, so here we are in After Effects. As you can see, I have my shot right here. So as I told you before, we have this Lockdown panel right here. So the first thing you want to do is pre-compose this shot. So that does that for you automatically. And there we go. Then inside of the shot, I'm going to click on my footage layer here. And I'm going to also apply the optional tracking filter. What this does is, as you can see, it adds a lot more detail to your face, and also like the textures, my pores are getting more prominent on this video, which means it's going to give a better track. It's going to give more information to the tracker. So, or actually motion, because we're actually going to be tracking a mesh, and you're gonna see it's really crazy. So the next thing we want to do is apply the lockdown effect. But actually, because we clicked the pre-compose button right here, it already added lockdown for us. So we don't have to actually go to effect and lockdown right here. We actually have it applied if you use the pre-comp from here. All right, so it's actually super simple to use. What you want to do is think of what you want to be creating. If you want to track your entire face and apply like some kind of paint on it or like makeup, you could do that with this effect as well. But I want to track the entire face just because you don't know what you might end up doing. And this goes so fast, for real. It doesn't matter if you add tons of points or just a few. The tracking goes super smooth, super fast. I've never seen a tracker this fast. I'm not even kidding. So right here, we have lockdown. The first thing that you want to do is it actually instructs you in the description right here what to do. So you hold Control or Command and then also select lockdown. Very important is to select the lockdown effect itself and then hold Control and start like making points all over your image. So as you can see, try to make your points in detailed areas. What you can also do is, for example, just drag while holding Control. That's going to make like this pattern, which is also handy. You can click in between if you want more detail. I'm just going to track the entire face and see what I come up with. You don't need to track that much, but in this case, I just like to do it because it just goes, yeah, equally as fast. So that doesn't really matter if I'm going to track everything. I try to keep my points evenly as well. Alright, so these are the points I just created. You can actually make them in the beginning or in the center. It doesn't matter where you actually start making these points. Just as important that you see your face frontally clearly, because if you move a little bit, it's going to, yeah, just make sure that you have like a clean image to start with. We have our track point here. Alright, so next what you want to do is just press to track the points. Click. What? It's already done? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, so here we have our track. If we move forward in time, you will see that these points actually track very well over time. All the points stay very nicely in position, as you can see right here, which is super cool. Once you've that, we can go back to these filter effects, and we can just disable them because we don't need them anymore. We have our points, that's exactly what we need. And then the next thing you want to do is click Auto Triangulate the Mesh. So we click that and we will get something like this. If you're satisfied with this, then just apply the mesh on this frame. Well, actually, I'm going to undo this and go to the beginning because I prefer that kind of frame right here because I'm more frontal, and I'm going to apply the mesh over here. Okay, so we have our mesh, and all that rest is to do for real is to click the lockdown button, so it's not that hard. Your clip is locked down. Okay, so that's cool. We have our pre-composed footage right here. So let's open up that comp. And actually, if we play this back here, what you will see is your face, but actually stabilized. So even if you move like this, it's going to just stabilize your face. Yeah, it looks very weird, but you can see that it's doing an incredible job, especially at the cheeks, the mouth. The eyes are a little bit difficult because we do tend to move them, but we don't need to apply anything there. But literally now you can apply anything to this layer. So we have this guide layer to show you the background, and then this is what is stabilized. But yeah, basically what you can end up doing is just create a new text object, or let's say that we want to give myself some. So we can go and maybe like a tattoo over here, or we can do whatever we want really at this point. So I'm going to just put that on my nose here. And let's see how that looks in my original shot. And we can actually see that because we apply this text, it starts shifting in 3D, which is really cool. So especially right here, we can see that it's kind of shifting in 3D. So because of all these points that it's tracking, it's an entire mesh, and that makes it look like it's actually on there. That is so cool, for real. I'm in love with this plugin and I'm gonna use it tons of times for a lot of awesome stuff, I can assure you. Anyway, we wanted to create the Terminator phase effect. So what I've done is I jumped into Adobe Photoshop, I extracted actually this frame, I jumped into Adobe Photoshop, I took a Terminator robot effect, well, face on Google, and then I started painting out with brushes and stuff. I'm not going to dive in too deep in this effect because it's basically Photoshop stuff, and I ended up getting that result, which looks cool. And then I extracted only a PNG image here of the Terminator face. And what I will do is just drag this into this composition. So I'm going to click on the PNG image, drag that in here. Actually, delete this one. Right here we have our face, looks cool. And it doesn't look quite in place, but we can just readjust it because I actually made this look on a different frame, but it doesn't matter. We can just put it over here, maybe scale it down a little bit, put it in place. Cool. And that's basically it. So now we just go back to our original footage, render this out, and it should basically stay in place. And there we go, super cool. And then all I ended up is applying some glow to my eye. I used the perfect glow effect for that. Alright, so that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to stay notified when I upload new videos. And also, hope to catch you guys in the next one. Take care and goodbye.